everybody, and welcome back to Chat and Chill News. And I hope you guys have been enjoying the news segment recently. And today we got a lot of news to get into. So let's get into that right now. Now, Save the Children officers in Afghanistan have been hit by attacks. Now, there was 50 staff members there at the time. There was explosives going off in there. People storming into the offices, whatever they were doing, and this is not a very good scene. I mean, Save the Children are there to support children in Afghanistan, and, you know, they do a lot of great organizations in all other areas, and, you know, it's very unfortunate that this has gone down. Now, according to officials, 2 people have been killed, 12 injured so far out of the staff members, and like I mentioned before, there was over 50 staff members there at the particular time of the attack. Now, nobody really came out to see why this attack happened. No one's taking ownership to the attack. Usually what happens is when you try to attack a organization like Save the Children, usually there's a message behind that, or they want to send a message to so and so forth. This has not came forward right now. Now, there were 3 gunmen involved. None of them to be found yet. I mean, of course, not yet. And I hope that the staff members and everybody within the Save the Children community are safe and sound in Afghanistan. Very unfortunate to hear there's been deaths in this, and yeah, man, really unfortunate situation. Save the Children, so everyone, put that in your hashtag Save the Children. They do great work for children in Afghanistan, keeping them safe, making sure they're eating food, water, all that good stuff. So yeah, salute to Save the Children in general. And hopefully we can find out more information about that. Now let's go into another situation. Now this is a story that's actually going to be spoken to within the main show with Sophie that comes out on Monday. Now it's to do with being deaf. Now there's a deaf mom wants to sue Little Mix promoter in sign language route. Now Stanley Reynolds bought 6 tickets for a Little Mix concert for herself, her friends, her daughter, and her daughter's friends. Now, what's happened is she requested the promoter, which is LHG Live, to give her a British language interpreter. Now, what's happened is they then turned around and requested to give her a carer's ticket, like a disabled carer's ticket, and she turned that down because she said it doesn't necessarily meet her needs. Now, what I've actually been told today by another source is she did end up going to the concert and was given a British Sign Language interpreter. But then what had happened is that they only did the sign language for the Little Mix's performances, but not for the supporting acts. Therefore, she never really got to enjoy the full experience. Now, if you do know, under the Equality Act 2010, organisations who do a public event or public service is to make sure that the disabled can have the same experience as anyone else. Meaning, if you're at a concert and, you know, you can hear and the deaf person can't hear, you got to be able to provide a solution for that person to be able to hear the concert, or, you know, like a sign language, you know, make sure they're able to enjoy, have the same experience as anyone else. Now, if she did only see the Little Mix's performances with the sign language but not have them for the supporting act, therefore it would mean that she never got the full support system and the full experience. And the mother actually came out and said she really just wanted to enjoy it with her daughter, and didn't feel that she was able to do that because, you know, there were certain acts that she couldn't listen to with that same experience, not being able to hear first of all, and then no one doing a sign language. So she's going to sue Little Mix's promoter. Now, would she win? I hope she wins the case. I mean, I hate to be discriminated in any sort of way. Of course, you know, people talk about being at work, black man at work, not getting a job, you know, things like that. So it's an unfortunate situation, you know, for being a deaf person. I do hope they get that sorted ASAP. I hope you win the case. And yeah, man, like, event planners and that stuff, make sure you're able to cater to the disability as well. Any other human being should be able to come in there. And yeah, let's go into the next story. Now, hundreds of cases dropped over failure to disclose enough evidence. This is another topic that's also going to be discussed with Sophie on Monday in more detail. But a number of prosecutions in England and Wales have collapsed, increased by 70% in the last 2 years. Now, do you think police are not doing enough to get evidence, or is it possibly that the evidence are coming in too late, or are the solicitors not given enough information when putting their case forward? by the defendant. Now, 916 people have had charges dropped in 2017, which is up from 537 in 2015, which is a very high figure. To think 916 cases have been dropped. Now, the reason why they took this so seriously was because of the amount of rape cases that are being dropped. Now, we hear this all the time. Unfortunately, there's a lot of rape cases that come through where people claim to have been raped and then it ended up not being true, or etc., etc. Whatever the information is or whatever the reason is for the case not going further, or no one being charged for the crime. And people are saying it's due to not having enough evidence. Now, I do believe it's very difficult for anybody in any sort of situation where you've been sexually assaulted, harassed, raped of any sort of format to then go and, speak to potentially a stranger. A lawyer is a stranger, a judge is a stranger, telling them how you really felt and what really happened. Might get lost in your story because you're so upset and so scared to talk about it, that the information may either not come out correctly, you may forget things, you're not trying to remember certain things like that. And there's a lot of certain circumstances that comes out into that situation. Again, it's a story that I'm really interested about. I really want to hope and see what they do with that in terms of cases, because it could just be that people have really got money and are paying these guys to just drop cases as well. Conspiracy theories, you never know what happens in these situations, but hopefully that thing gets sorted out. And let's go into the next story with Public Health England is launching a review into a growing problem of prescription drug addiction. Now, it's stated that 1 in every 11 patients are being subscribed medication that can be very addictive. Now, the sort of thing I'm talking about is painkillers, sedatives, and antidepressants. Now, I know what painkillers is. I don't actually know what sedatives and antidepressants are, and I'm probably saying it incorrectly, so I do apologize for that. In terms of medication addiction, now, it's very interesting because medication is a form of addiction, which everybody knows about. People can be addicted to that, rely on it. You can even go into, the hip-hop scene right now with Xanax. That's a type of medicine. Lean, that's a type of medicine. So people do get very addicted to medicine in general. Now, I do really be interested to see the review on this because it's something that always seems to be happening. Somebody dying of an overdose is very common nowadays. And I think it's very important to see if we can find ways of, giving less medication. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not, any professional of any some sort. So I don't want to give false information or false hope when it comes to, being addicted to some form of medication. Like, people addicted to drugs too. So addiction is a very interesting topic that I've always wanted to fully understand properly. I do hope that they can review it and see if they can come up maybe with a formula that's, a drug that's not so addictive. I mean, personally, I've never been addicted to anything, so I wouldn't understand what an addict feels like, because people say that the bloodstream really used to it, but it gets really used to it, so they feel like they can't function without it. I understand all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's a very important situation. I hope they can sort it out. Now, for the last and not least, and a lot of me talking today, a woman shares a video revealing how long it took to basically remove her dreadlocks. Now, it took her 5 days to fully brush out the dreadlocks after wearing them for over 3 years. You know what? I'm not going to say too much about it. Here's the video.
I have had my dreadlocks out for 5 days now. Basically, it took a total of 4 to 5 consecutive days to take them out.
Hope you guys enjoyed that little video. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. But yeah, listen, that's the end of the news, and I'll see you guys for the sports. Thank you very much. Hope you guys are enjoying these segments. And I'm going to try and do this segment separately, so then the news on its own, and now I'm going to do the sports section on its own. Let me know if you like it like that or you prefer them together. Now, let's get into the sports. Phil Neville facing backlash after sexist tweets, which took place in 2011. Now, he was caught trying to delete it after people started to figure out what he has tweeted. Now, the interesting thing about the story is it only came out now because he is now, England's manager. He got given a role yesterday, I believe. And now people are giving him backlash for a tweet. I hate things like this. Now, the tweet actually said, just battered just battered my wife. Feel better now. Just battered wife. Feel better now. Now, come on, bro. If you're gonna bring out old stuff, then you might as well bring out everyone's old stuff. Everybody's tweeting stuff that they don't mean, or don't regret. Whatever Phil never does with his wife and talks about shouldn't really concern you, bro. If his wife is cool with it, let it be. I know we're in a situation now where, ladies are speaking out, men are speaking out on various circumstances, from sexual assault to everything else, which is beautiful, which is great. Tweets, though, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like this should have been found out years ago. I don't understand the reason why people are complaining now. I feel remember when he was playing football, said everyone probably laughing, but now that he's a woman's manager, England women's manager, it's a huge deal. So, nah, sorry, it's not big news to me. Next story, Newcastle has signed Kennedy from Chelsea for the rest of the season on loan. Great move for Kennedy. I think he needs this move to, get some first team football, work up on the way. Can he break into the international first team? Probably not. But it'll be a great experience for him. He has played alongside Christian Atsu at Chelsea before, so they can link up again and probably bring a deadly force to their team. West Ham are after Inter Milan's midfielder João Mario. I'm really bad with names. But he's after the Inter Milan midfielder. Do West Ham need a midfielder, though? Questionable. I don't know, man. They have enough midfielders, in my opinion. Javier Mascherano to leave Barcelona for China. He's going to have a quick, nice parade hosted by Lionel Messi and the rest of his squad. Again, Javier Mascherano doesn't really need to go to China, though. I still think he can do bits in Europe. I mean, I guess it's great to, touch up your bank a little bit and then come back like Tevez did. So, salute to Javier Mascherano. If you don't remember, he played for West Ham and also played for Liverpool as well before Barcelona snatched him up. And he's been there for over 7 years. So, salute to you and I hope you find success in China, I guess. West Brom are after Andre Schürrle to get him on loan from Borussia Dortmund. Great move. I think him, Chadley, West Brom, they need some little, trickery in the team. Alan Pardew will bring that to them, and hopefully they get their man. I really think they should. Man United are after Nice midfielder John Michael City. I haven't seen much of him, to be honest. He looks like a very good midfielder. As a Man United fan, do I want to see him at United? Is he a Mourinho signing, is what I should have said, because he's not like the 6'2", 6'4", big beefy midfielder. He's a bit like a young Kante, isn't it? So if he wants to get a young small midfielder, go for Verratti is what I'd say. PSG wants to sign. PSG has actually signed Lassana Diarra. Now Lassana Diarra, he's the around the world man. This is his 10th club that he signed for in his short career, to be fair. And he. Again, he's a midfielder that's not bad. He's reliable. He's strong, big. Played for Chelsea, Real Madrid formerly as well. It's a good signing. It'll be a great backup signing for PSG. I don't know if he'll be starting lineup, but it's a great signing. Now, Alexis Sanchez actually came out and told people that Thierry Henry told him to move to Manchester United. Now, Henry came out to his defence to say, no, I don't know anything about that, and I found out all the news from the media or from the stories that are posted up like everyone else. Now, a lot of people came out, a lot of fans actually came out and had a go at Thierry Henry and demanded that his statue gets taken down. Now, do you think Alexis Sanchez is just making this up, or do you think it's true? Me personally, I think it's true. I don't see Sanchez as a guy that's just going to come out and make accusations like that, particular that, of a high caliber player for no apparent reason. So I do think it's true, but if there's more updates on the story, I will let you know. But anyway, that's the end of the sport. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow for more news. Peace.
As the day goes by, I can't stop thinking all that time. I just stop playing games and wasting time. Do you better stop telling